A report from the Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission gives us new details into what happened in the hours leading up to Riley Strain's death. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Lucas Geisler. Megan is on assignment. The University of Missouri student went missing on March 8th after being kicked out of a downtown Nashville bar. He was later discovered floating in the Cumberland River 2 weeks later. ABC 17's Mitchell Kaminsky joins us live in studio. After reading through the Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission report, Mitchell, you went through hundreds of pages to learn what happened.
Lucas, the Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission determined that Strain was not visibly intoxicated when he was served at the 4 bars he went to that night, because he was stable and on his feet. The security footage you are about to see was taken while Strain was at Garth Brooks' Friends in Low Places bar. Investigators from the Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission interviewed Riley Strain's father, 2 of his roommates, and the Delta Chi Mizzou chapter president. According to the report, 4 buses carrying a group of fraternity members arrived in Nashville around 4:30 on March 8th. The chapter president, A.J. Townsend, told investigators that Strain was in good spirits when they arrived at the hotel. The group of them went to Miranda Lambert's bar, where one of Strain's roommates said they saw him drinking a margarita. The group left the bar around 5:30 and walked over to Garth Brooks' Friends in Low Places bar. Credit card records show that Strain purchased 2 whiskey and cokes, 2 hard seltzers, and 1 rum and Coca-Cola. Around 7:45, the group went to Luke Bryant's 32 Bridge, where Strain had another rum and coke, before leaving less than an hour later to go to Kid Rock's bar. The fraternity returned to Luke's 32 Bridge at 8:30. A witness statement from a bar employee says that Strain went to the downstairs bar and asked for a water. After a brief conversation with the bartender, he asked for a shot, but was denied service. He then walked upstairs. When he was on the rooftop, he attempted to close out his tab, even though he didn't have a tab open. Witness statements describe Strain as severely intoxicated, and that his behavior was, quote, aggressive. When the bartender heard Strain slurring his words, she told the bouncer to kick him out of the rooftop bar. His roommate said he called Strain minutes after he was ejected from the bar, and Strain had told him over the phone that he was on his way to the hotel. That was the last time the roommate heard from Strain. The report adds that video showed Strain having a brief conversation with one of his fraternity brothers as he was being escorted down the stairs by a Luke 32 Bridge bouncer. After the conversation, the fraternity member returned upstairs, while Strain was seen walking down the block by himself.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Strain's death was ruled accidental after an autopsy and toxicology report determined the cause of death was drowning in the Cumberland River while intoxicated.
Mitchell, thank you. A private investigator wrote earlier this week that Strain was seen alone under a bridge at 9:58 p.m.